Life doesn't change in one giant leap. It changes in the small steps we take every single day. This is the story of a man who discovered the power of consistency and how it transformed not only his life, but the lives of everyone around him.
Ethan Parker lived in a small town in Ohio. On the surface, he looked like everyone else. He had a decent job, a tiny apartment, and a car that coughed more smoke than it drove miles. But inside, Ethan was broken. At 29 years old, he felt stuck in a cycle that seemed impossible to escape. Every morning, his alarm would ring at 6:30 a.m. He would snooze it once, twice, sometimes 3 times. He would roll out of bed exhausted, not because he worked too much, but because he stayed up too late watching shows, scrolling endlessly through his phone, or simply avoiding reality. At work, he was average. He did what was required, never more. His boss overlooked him, his coworkers ignored him, and deep down, he hated himself for never standing out. The gym membership he bought at New Year's? He went twice. The online business he promised to start? He quit after 2 weeks. The self-help books on his shelf? Gathering dust. Ethan was not lazy. He was inconsistent. And that inconsistency was killing his dreams one day at a time. One cold winter night, Ethan sat alone in his apartment. The power had gone out because he forgot to pay the bill. He lit a single candle, wrapped himself in a blanket, and sat on the floor. He thought about his life. How did I end up here? Why can't I change? Why does everything feel so impossible? Scrolling through his phone, he came across an old video of Kobe Bryant, the legendary basketball player, saying, "Greatness is not about extraordinary things. It's about doing ordinary things every single day with consistency." That line hit Ethan like lightning. Consistency. That was the word he had been running from all his life. He realized something powerful. His problem was not lack of talent, not lack of intelligence, not even lack of opportunity. It was lack of consistency. That night, Ethan made a promise to himself. A small promise, not to change everything at once, but to do one thing consistently.
The next morning, Ethan woke up at 6:30. His alarm rang. He wanted to hit snooze, but he whispered to himself, "Just today, not forever. Just today." He got up. Instead of checking his phone, he put on his shoes and went for a walk. It wasn't a run. It wasn't even exercise. Just a walk around the block. 10 minutes, that's it. Day 2, he walked again. Day 3, he added push-ups, just 5. Day 4, he felt sore, but he still walked. Slowly, something inside him shifted. For the first time, he wasn't chasing quick results. He was chasing consistency. But life doesn't reward change without resistance. After 2 weeks, Ethan's mind started whispering, "This isn't working. You're wasting time. Go back to your old habits." At work, his boss dumped extra tasks on him. He felt tired. At home, his friends laughed when he skipped late-night hangouts to sleep early. One Friday night, Ethan broke. He skipped his walk, ate pizza, and stayed up until 3 a.m. watching Netflix. The next morning, guilt crushed him. He looked in the mirror and thought, "See, I knew I couldn't stick to it. I always quit. This is who I am." But then he remembered Kobe's words again. Consistency is not about never failing. It's about getting back up again and again. So he got up, tied his shoes, and walked. That day, Ethan learned something life-changing. Failure doesn't break consistency. Quitting does.
Weeks turned into months. Ethan's body started changing. He wasn't ripped, but he felt stronger. His mind was sharper. His energy higher. At work, people noticed. His boss gave him a small project to lead. Instead of panicking, Ethan applied the same rule. Small, consistent actions. Step by step, he finished it successfully. His confidence grew. He started journaling for 10 minutes each night. He limited his screen time. He cooked simple meals instead of fast food. Each habit, small on its own, became a brick in the foundation of a new life. Consistency wasn't just changing his routine, it was changing who he was.
1 year later, Ethan stood in front of the mirror. He didn't see the same man anymore. He was 30 pounds lighter. His skin was healthier. His eyes looked alive. At work, he had been promoted. His coworkers respected him. Some even asked him for advice. But the biggest change wasn't external, it was internal. Ethan believed in himself because he had proven, day after day, that he could keep promises to himself.
Ethan started writing about his journey online. Short posts, motivational notes. He shared his struggles honestly, not as a superhero, but as a normal man fighting to stay consistent. Slowly, people started following him. Messages poured in. "Your story gave me hope. I went for my first walk today because of you. Thank you for reminding me that change is possible." Ethan realized something powerful. Consistency not only changes your life, it inspires others to change theirs.
Years later, Ethan was invited to give a talk at a local school. He stood on stage, nervous, staring at young faces filled with doubt and dreams. He told them his story, the nights of failure, the mornings of small victories, the years of showing up when it wasn't easy. He ended with this line: "The secret to success is boring. It's not luck, it's not talent, it's not even motivation. The secret is consistency. Do small things every day, even when you don't feel like it. And one day, you'll look back and realize your entire life has transformed." The crowd stood and clapped, not because his story was extraordinary, but because it was ordinary, and yet powerful. Ethan's story is not just his story. It could be yours. No matter where you are right now, broke, overweight, lost, or hopeless, you don't need to fix everything today. You just need to choose one thing, one small step, and do it consistently. Because success is not built in a day. It is built day by day. And the power of consistency can change your life forever. If you found this story inspiring, don't just listen. Start today. Pick one small habit and stick to it. Consistency is your greatest power. And remember, your story of change starts the moment you decide not to quit.